What's going on, Patriot fans? Welcome back to the PrimeTime Patriots podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jake Mott. Super excited to be breaking down this Monday night football matchup between the New England Patriots and the Chicago Bears going on at Gillette Stadium tonight, 8:20 kickoff. So, not going to waste any time, going to jump right into things here, and we'll start with the Bears offense going up against this Patriot defense. So, the Bears offense has been a travesty all season, right? And it starts with their passing game because it is so limiting, right? So let's start with that passing game. Last in yards, last in attempts, last in completions, and last in touchdowns. Zero production is coming from the passing game when we talk about these Chicago Bears, right? And it starts with Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a guy, if we jump back to two drafts ago when the Patriots selected Mac Jones, a lot of people, myself included, had Justin Fields circled going into that draft, right? That was a guy, mobile, strong arm, great athlete, everything you think you need in a franchise quarterback in today's NFL. Justin Fields had that coming out of Ohio State. A lot of people in New England wanted to see that come here. That wasn't the case. He gets selected 11th overall. We select 15. Mac Jones is the last big name quarterback that's left. We end up going with Mac. And in a vacuum, in the first 2 years here, right, it's looked really good for the Patriots. Mac Jones has done very well. Obviously, this will be a big game for him coming back. We'll wait till we get to the offensive side. But Justin Fields in Chicago has not really panned out. Passing, decision making, processing speed, these are things that he's really struggled with, and it's really showing in their offensive pass production, right? He's having a real hard time. Fourth in sacks allowed is this Bears defense as well. That's a combination stat, right? That's the offensive line. It's also Justin Fields. It's on the quarterback to get the ball out of their hands quick, make quick reads, and if plays fall apart, find a way to get out of that pocket, try to get the ball out of bounds. There's different routes, different ways for quarterbacks to avoid sacks. Definitely not just an offensive line stat. So Justin Fields struggling in his second year here. Obviously didn't play all of last year, just got a little bit of action. But in this year, still struggling. Bill Belichick obviously loves to take advantage of that. So let's hop to the other side of this offense, that being their running game, which by extension looks pretty good. But honestly, it's pretty average. They're sixth in attempts and fifth in yards, but they still really, really struggle scoring touchdowns. And you got to understand, right, that attempts number comes from Justin Fields is a mobile guy. They're very comfortable rolling him out, having him take off. That's why their pass attempt numbers are so low, right? He'll see something. If the first or second read isn't there, his gut reaction is to take off. They also have plenty of design quarterback runs, which boosts that attempt number, also boosts the yards number. So the run game is really nothing special, right? It's the only way they're really able to generate consistent, productive offense. So they've been really, really leaning on it. It doesn't work, which, as you'll see, well, you can see in their record, right? This doesn't always work when you're not a team that can establish any sort of lead or doesn't have a great defense, right? It's hard to lean on the run game because you shorten the game, and it's hard to get chunk plays and produce big plays on offense. Unless you string together 10, 15 great plays of running the football, it's very hard to consistently score points and outscore a lot of these powerful offenses. That's what the Bears have been struggling with this season. So on paper, their run game might look pretty good, and I guess it is on paper. It really hasn't been super effective in terms of winning games for the Bears this season. So I think the Patriots can really shut them down, honestly. I think they can force a lot of field goals as well. It seems like this offense is able to move the ball. They're not horrendous in terms of overall yardage. They just have struggles in terms of punching it in. Third downs are huge. When you don't have a good quarterback, one of the biggest standout stats is third down conversions, right? Those are make or break downs in any NFL game, any football game, period, right? If you're not able to keep drives going or push field goal drives into touchdown drives, you're going to lose more games. That's what the Bears have struggled with. Even when they can push the ball down the field a little bit, defenses stiffen up. They're not able to step up to the challenge, and they have to settle for three more often than not. So, Bears really struggling putting up points. I think the Patriots do a great job today of giving them what they want and just kind of keeping them happy with little run games here and there, but controlling the pace of the game and really limiting them in terms of scoring actual touchdowns. I think they keep this score around 16, 17 points here for the Bears. So, not wasting any time, hopping over to the other side of the ball, we got the Bears defense versus the Patriots offense. Their defense, very interesting, all right? So, they're top 10 in points, yards, and touchdowns allowed. And they don't give up a bunch, and they force a bunch of field goals, right? So that means they're really good at, like I just said, they really limit teams in terms of finishing drives. Teams might be able to get some yardage on them. Again, not much. They're top 10. I believe they're sixth in both. They're sixth in both points and yards, right? So they're limiting teams. They're just not stopping teams from scoring in the end of drives, right? They're holding teams to field goals, not necessarily forcing punts, turnovers, 3-and-outs, getting the ball back for their offense with no production. That's not really what they do. They're a very great bend and break type of defense, right? They let up a lot of field goals. They let up decent amount of yardage, and they rely on their offense to kind of boost them a little bit, and that's obviously what's not been happening so far. So let's jump a little more into it. They're totally split on the defensive side of the football, right? Pass defense is number 1 in yards and attempts, and their run defense is bottom 5 in both of those, right? So what does that mean? How can we break that down? What it says to me is that other teams, are getting up early and they're just pounding the rock and settling for field goals. Like I said, this defense seems like it's holding teams and it's really banking on Justin Fields and the offense to get maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe 3, right? And just produce some more offense, and they can hold teams to field goals, and hopefully the offensive side will be enough. Just hasn't been the case so far this season, right? Bears struggling a lot this season, offensively, defensively. Should be a big day for the Patriots and Mac Jones, right? Mac obviously coming back, first game coming off an injury. Hopefully will dispel all the controversy with Bailey Zappi, anything going on. I think the Patriots start hot early on in this game, and I think that's the key, right? You start early, you force the Bears to use really their only weapon offensively, run the ball. That'll shorten the game. You just got to put up 2 touchdowns somewhere in the 20-point range. I think that'll be enough for the Patriots here, right? We're in win mode, period, right? It doesn't matter if we win by 1 or win by 20. We just need a win here, get over 500, and get into what is going to be a much tougher middle section of this schedule. So, got to get ready, got to get all things turning. Hopefully, they don't fall on their face. A lot of talk, right? If Mac Jones goes in here and has a really bad game, then you do have a controversy, right? People go, Bailey Zappi was playing great with this offense. Context, right? I don't think any of the teams in the past couple of weeks have been particularly good teams, and this isn't a good team either. But we'll have to see where the chips fall tonight, right? In terms of predictions, final predictions, I got the Patriots winning at 26-16. This is a game I'm going to be at. I'm actually super excited. Going to be leaving in a few hours, but I wanted to get this podcast up for you guys. Wanted to keep it short and sweet, just get you guys excited for the game, keep you looking forward. And I'll be here in the next couple days to break it down, and hopefully we're breaking down another Patriots win. So thanks so much, guys. Again, kept it short this week. We will see you in the next couple days. Hopefully it's a Patriot win. We'll see you later. Go Pats!